So hello everybody and welcome to another short adventure with me, Supernautus. This is a game called How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness. It is from the same developers as The Mind of Marlowe, which was that weird kind of game that was like a documentary TV show about a guy whose head changed into random things, like a cat's head and a shark's head and all sorts of little bits and pieces like that. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a kind of similar style of game from what I understand. And it's relatively short, probably about half an hour or so. Let's see what it's about. From Point Bleep Studios, you are Nigel Wimble, hard-hitting PBTV documentary filmmaker. You are at 23 Milbury Close to finish filming the final episode of your award-winning series. How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness. A guide for the isolated, so pay heed. You've come to talk with Harold Fletcher, a 43-year-old man who's been grounded to his bedroom for over 30 years. Since his mother Margaret only allows Harold visitation for 15 minutes a day, you only have enough time to talk about 3 topics. Carefully choose 3 items of interest in Harold's room to learn how he copes with boredom and loneliness. Every item tells a story, but not every story is relevant to Nigel's show. Confirm your selections, then watch the documentary unfold. Your show will be scored by a focus group at the end. Good luck. Okay, well let's talk about, I don't know, his mother.
Potential soundbite. A mother's love is very special. I've been with many single mothers, so I know firsthand how special it can be.
Okay,
Heather's mother's love is special, but not the kind of
Uh,
neither is Heather.
He's not someone you're looking for on a Saturday night. Okay, well let's add her to the list of topics. As 1. What is that?
Boris the KGB
Boris the KGB.
in the 80s.
What is like a...
The last movie Harold went out to see.
So it's a...
The ex-KGB. He fights for us now. It shows people can change, Mother.
Oh, there you go.
They don't allow Harold to watch movies anymore.
Ah, right, okay.
Flooding his mind with Soviet propaganda.
I mean, that's a pretty old movie though, right? Most of them aren't like that. That seems like that would be an interesting story topic to add on while we're talking about her, right? And what else? And the TV.
I'm surprised his mother.
Yeah, what does she let him watch?
He's allowed that on no later than 8 p.m.
No later than 8 p.m. Well, those 3 topics seem to kind of gel with each other quite a bit, don't they? Let's shoot the documentary and see. How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness. A guide for the isolated.
Tonight at 9 on PBTV.
Let's see what the show's about.
Final part of Nigel Wimble's hard-hitting docu-series, How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness.
There's a lot of different options that you can choose, though.
In tonight's episode, Nigel looks at a special case.
He's been grounded
Has been grounded to his bedroom
by his mother.
for over 33 years. Hello, I'm Nigel Wimble.
Hello, Nigel.
Well, Harold's always been a naughty boy.
Always been a naughty boy.
Right out of hand, you know. I've only got one nice picture of him, and even in that he's pissing on the cat.
Jeez. Oh my God.
In the end, I sent him to his bedroom.
That is pretty bad.
His behaviour seemed to stop, so I've kept him up there permanently.
Did it stop?
I had a look around Harold's room to discover what he uses to cope with the boredom and loneliness from 33 years of isolation.
What is it? 33 years in his room.
Harold's mother has always played.
Stop complaining.
From room to room. Margaret, do you worry about the harm this isolation may be causing Harold?
Obviously not.
Brought this on himself. What about
I mean-
me? I've been isolated too. I haven't had sex since Harold's father died.
Jeez.
No one would ever want to
Far
be
too much
stepfather,
information.
that bastard. Used to be
Yeah,
making
okay,
me
the language is a little bit...
I'm the one being punished.
what would we say?
So
Industrial.
lonely, Mr. Wimble.
She's so lonely.
I noticed noticed a poster for an old children's movie.
A children's movie
Movies are
about a
escape
bee that's
from
part of the Russian intelligence services.
reality is like a movie. A depressing TV movie starring actors you haven't seen in 20 years.
I
So-
do love getting lost in a good movie. I think Boris the KGB movie was the last time I did get lost.
So what, that was in like the 80s?
It was the last time Mother rewarded me for good behaviour. I remember it like yesterday.
I wonder if that's got something to do with the bad behaviour. It was a 1986 children's movie that was banned 1 week after release. Oh, here we go, we get to see Boris the KGB.
I'm a bee, yeah, mean, I'm an intellectual. I'm Russian, you see. I'm the homosexual. Glad comrade, you're
Interesting.
I'm gonna tie you.
And when I say interesting, I mean very, very strange.
After all, I'm Boris the KGB.
How could this isn't a kids? How could this be a kids film?
I'm KGB. You want the buzz with me? You can't buzz with me. To the K, to the G, to the motherfucking B. You say you want to, but you gotta die. You better say goodbye.
Boris the KGB. He's a bit mad, isn't he?
Boris, please, you don't have to do this. It was just business. It was all about the money. I'm not
Mm.
a traitor. I love this country. You can't release me. You have to see. I'm country first and I'm still KGB.
He's country first and KGB.
Super worker bee, person number 33. Haven't never broken me. Would you like a cup of tea? That was just a joke.
Tricky tea. Quite an easy one.
Coffee is available if you
Coffee is available. Would you like a sugar cube when I finish beating you?
Is it hard to speak through your missing teeth? Will you try to fly? What's it take your eye? If you want to leave,
Nice. Not nice.
I'm Boris the KGB. Oh, behave, brother.
That's a bit scary. Imagine allowing a kid to watch that
I
film.
remember Boris used to say,
Oh, behave, brother.
get it, behave. It was awfully funny when Mother used to tell me to behave and I'd retort, oh, behave, Mother. Do you remember that, Mother?
Hmm.
Yes, I do remember you cheeky. Then Mother would put you over a knee, but you didn't tell the man that.
Oh, this is
did you?
good.
Have you seen the version on YouTube where the movie speeds up every time Boris kills a dissident? It becomes quite dizzying.
He's been watching YouTube. How's he allowed to watch YouTube?
With an isolated idiot watching television.
The isolated
The
idiot.
escapism we all take for granted.
It is.
Well, Mother treated me to a modern television last year.
What did
She
you have
said if
before
I'm
that? A
good
black and
this
white
year,
one?
She will allow me to keep the plug for an extra 10 minutes.
Keep the
You
plug.
haven't been good, have you, Harold? Tell the man about the carrot you stuck up your nose.
How was that really bad? He stuck a carrot up his
Well,
nose.
Kevin likes a snack when we watch the first 23 minutes of a movie.
He's not allowed to have a.
My time with Harold has come to an end.
His time with her. I want to kind of see what the other things.
And live a full life.
I wonder if we can try with a different three things.
To look for ways to cope with boredom and loneliness.
Well, let's find out. Maybe we can find out about different options.
Join us next week as Nigel investigates Jesus.
Jesus, did he really have a beard?
9 p.m.
I mean, everybody did at that time, right?
PBTV.
PBTV. Yeah, I'm afraid to tell you. Focus group report. Horrible. Yeah, there you go. That's not the kind of thing you want to see. I wish that mother would behave. Touching stuff. He should be happy his TV's switched off. He doesn't have to watch this drivel. Okay, let's reshoot. Let's reshoot the film and see what else we can pick. Okay, we know all the introductory stuff, right? I can fast forward. I will. Right, so we can pick 3 more items. Let's see, what else can we look at? Fish tank. An empty aquarium.
Harold are prisoners to their environment. Well, I can draw a great parallel to this.
Yeah, you could.
Harold's father was never there, so I got him a fish.
Just a fish. What can we do? We can also think about the fish tank.
Potential soundbite.
Like the...
That's really nice.
Yeah, we're choosing the fish. Fish tank. What else have we got here? What's that? Toy truck.
An old toy truck made by Harold's father, perhaps.
Made by his father.
Maybe I can trigger a painful memory.
Oh, Harold never plays with that.
He never plays with it.
Everything his father did for him.
4 or 2? Let's see. We'll take a different tack on this side of the story. We'll ask him about the fish tank, the truck, and why has he got a telescope in his window? I'm a little concerned about that.
World's only view to the larger
Connection
world
to the outside
through
world.
this telescope. It breaks your
It breaks your heart, hopefully.
Maud from 94 is rather slender.
Yeah, there's a surprise. That he might have used it for that. Right, let's try shooting this documentary and see how this one goes. See if this one's any more popular. Looks like Boris the KGB was a popular topic.
Hello, I'm Nigel Winwood.
So once we've done this, we can maybe also then combine to find the best option.
I'm here to meet a man named Harold Fletcher. As part of my how to for the past
We know that bit already.
the warden to Harold's prison.
You won't mind a quick strip search?
Hope he can
Strip
explain
search
to
for
us how he
contraband.
copes with the boredom,
Just shoot forward just a touch. Until we actually get to the storyline. Here we go.
To the peace and tranquility of
A well-maintained aquarium.
But like the fish, Harold is swimming in a sea of isolation.
I sometimes look at the fish tankers as if it is my bedroom and I am mother.
What?
But then I felt it wasn't fair to keep the fish isolated like
He
me.
set the fish
So I
free.
set it free.
What did you do with
In what way?
Well, I took it to school to release into the nearby brook.
So we
But
can
by
see
the
which
time
parts
I'd got there, it had
come
dried
together
out
to
in
make
my
a good
pocket.
story. So that we can then combine them into one overarching storyline
a poorly carved toy truck serves as a reminder of an
that gives us the
absent
best
father.
ratings.
But sometimes life on the road means, Mummy, when's Daddy coming home?
Harold's father has been absent for most of his life, mostly owing to the fact that he's dead.
I mean, that's a pretty good reason to be absent,
He was
right?
involved in
Of
a
all the
massive
reasons.
collision, resulting in 52 deaths.
Was he
Father
asleep at the
made
wheel of the
mistake
bus?
Himself. He said he used to work on it while he was on long journeys. The police officer said he was whittling the last piece when his truck collided with the school bus.
Yeah. It's almost as bad as I thought.
With an eye in the sky, you can sometimes forget where your feet are.
I tell you, once this airs, I think his neighbours are
He never forgets where
his neighbours
feet
are getting invested in some decent curtains.
Still has sights on the stars.
No, he doesn't.
This old telescope has got me through many an afternoon.
Don't go in,
Sometimes I pretend
don't go
I'm
into
a
too
World
much
War II
detail.
Sniper, and people at the bus stop are advancing Germans. They wouldn't stand a chance if it was a sniper rifle, let me tell you.
Yeah, this
They
guy's
could try taking cover, but I'm pretty sure the bullets would penetrate the bus shelter.
this guy's very scary.
It would be an absolute
The police
bloodbath.
come afterwards. After this documentary airs.
My time with Harold has freedom.
Alright, so this is
Continue to look for ways
basically
and lonely.
the same as it was before. Good night, Nigel Wimble.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Do they really taste better cut diagonally?
No,
Let the evidence decide. 9 p.m. Wednesday night.
I don't think that's going to be a very interesting documentary. Let's see if any of these things scored highly at all. He murdered a fish, yet you put this man on television. Great, yet another depression show on TV. I love them. And I use my telescope the exact same way. Amazing show, Nigel. 8 out of 10. Right, so that gets a decent enough score, the telescope. Let's try the other stuff. We're going to reshoot again. Can I just fast forward here? Carefully choose 3 items. We know that already. What else have we got here then? Some fish on the wall.
I noticed a mural.
A
on
mural
the
of
wall.
fish swimming away.
Harold paint this as a metaphor.
Did he paint it himself?
Relationship with his mother.
That was the first and last time Harold scribbled on
Nice.
his wall.
Okay, well let's add that. At the moment as it stands, I just want to find stuff
How long is
that will
Harold
kind of
been playing guitar?
give me an idea of
Would it
how
have
well
to
this stuff
serve as a
scores with
function
viewers.
also? It looks well used.
Yeah, but
Mother
has he
says I
actually
sing
used
like
it
a
to
dog,
play?
howling in agony.
Yeah, imagine that. Well, let's pop that on our topics, and let's also talk about his childish bed. I'm just going to select it and just see how they spin everything. Let's see. I'm not interested in his thoughts on everything. I'm sure that I'd get somewhere with that if I wanted to. But here we go, Harold Fletcher, stuck in his room. Saved the worst for last. He thinks it's going to be award-winning.
I can't even remember why I grounded him now. It wasn't for any one thing in particular. More just a bubbling pot of bad behaviour that needed to put a lid on, so to speak.
Right.
You can replace the word lid with Harold's bedroom door to understand Harold's mother's analogy. I was desperate to discover how Harold had been coping
Well,
with
let's
the
find out.
loneliness from 30 years of isolation. I don't know much about art, but I know
All the greats had one thing in common. Talent.
Absent or awful mothers.
Or that, yeah, I suppose.
Harold be a trapped artist?
I created this piece when I was about 9 years old.
He hasn't created any others
I played
since.
for an entire underwater scene, but only got as far as these fish before Mother burst through the door screaming. I was so startled, I stumbled and fell from the shelf, causing myself a
So he
serious
seriously
foot
hurt
injury.
himself.
The broken bones eventually healed on their own, but my breathing can be quite wheezy.
Oh, 'cause she never took him to the hospital.
I'm quite sure I
Or
needed
called the
medical
doctor in.
attention, but Mother said only good boys are allowed to access the ambulance service. And he's never drawn on the wall since.
Imagine that. Bloody hell. It's a bit dark, isn't it?
Music can take you to places only your ears can see. The guitar is Harold's vessel to
Unseen worlds.
and
Like
he
this
is
world.
the captain.
If Mother allows it, I will play you a new piece I've been working on, entitled
Won't be
Plastic
allowed to though, will
Race
I?
Car Bed.
Well, will she let him? It's basically the tune from the main menu.
Here we are, sitting in my car, my little plastic car, yes, here we are.
Hey, his singing's not that bad.
My little plastic car, take me to the road and I sing this song. Oh, Potter, not in my car, these tires
His
are
singing's not the worst. Doesn't sound like a dog. She'll tell him it was terrible, no doubt.
Harold still sleeps in the plastic race car bed he slept in as a child. You can imagine Harold dreaming about driving away from this isolated, childlike reality.
Well, I always had a passion for race cars as a child.
Always had a
I suppose
passion.
That passion has since left me. Unlike the bed.
Probably, yeah. Can't imagine why not.
Though I can't complain, the springs merely provide moderate pain, and my feet dangle no more than 7 to 10 inches.
Yeah,
from the
he
edge
needs
of
a
the
new
mattress.
bed.
Like Mother always says, as long as your head is above water, you can technically sleep anywhere.
Technically isn't necessarily.
My time with Harold has
Let's skip forward and see what next week's show's all about.
Good night.
He's Nigel Wimble.
Join us next week as Nigel
That's Jesus, did he really have a beard again? Okay. So what do we get here? I stopped my child from drawing on the wall by forcing her to smoke an entire carton of crayons. No, that's not going to work. Very poignant moment when he pulled out the guitar. Okay, well that's a good one. 10 out of 10. The third one, I laughed so hard I pooed milk. Philip Owlbear. Okay, well so far, that looks good. The guitar, 10 out of 10. Oh, I hear him singing his song. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for that. Right, I think there's only a handful more items we can actually go through anyway now. Fast forward, click there, and let's get going. So, obviously the rabbit. Let's think about this.
Soundbite. Harold and his co-prisoner, an overstuffed rabbit, have been through hell to
They had each other.
for the hankies.
That'll get them reaching for the hankies, they say. Okay, well let's... I could listen to all their thoughts, but I don't really care about that. Let's go with a stack of paper that's there. The only other thing I can really see in the room is this. You can't choose... Oh, you can choose Harold as well, but I don't think that's necessary. No. I'll ask about Harold. The documentary's about Harold. It's a guide for the isolated yet again.
His name's Harold Fletcher.
Let's go forward a bit.
Worst. I'm Nigel Wimble.
Nigel Wimble.
I can't even remember why I grounded him now.
It wasn't for any one thing in
Wasn't for any
particular.
one thing in particular.
Peeing in the...
Just a bubbling bubbling pot of bad behaviour that's needed to put a lid on, so to speak.
She walks around with a
You can
with a
replace the
rolling pin in her
wormhole
hand.
with Harold's bedroom door.
Yeah, that's basically what she said
Let's
last time.
discover how Harold had been coping with the boredom and
And then we'll try and
loneliness
combine,
for
for
30
one
years
last
of
time, we'll try and combine the best of the things. The best of the things.
Harold and his cohabiter, an overstuffed rabbit, have been through hell together. But
Surely
they
this'll
each
tug
had
at the
each
heartstrings,
other to
right?
ease the loneliness.
Yes, Kevin is a dear friend. We've become rather close over these past few years, and perhaps more than just friends at this stage.
Excuse me.
What do you mean by
No.
Well,
Don't
Kevin has
don't
needs
ask.
and
Don't ask.
I have needs. I'm forever sewing that towel back on.
What the heck?
We saw this kind of thing go on in our prison episode, so I'm not entirely surprised to see.
Yeah, it's
it
not
here too.
particularly surprising, is
If
it?
this arrangement is mutual, we will never know.
Well, it's a stuffed toy,
As
so
Kevin has
probably not.
decided to remain quiet during the making of this documentary.
He's not going to tell them about it.
I spied a screenplay. Harold had been
screenplay?
working on.
Is it Boris the
Maybe
KGB
producer in
too?
the making. You certainly wouldn't look at a place in Hollywood. You decided to read me
Given
some
recent
lines from
revelations.
the new screenplay called Brad Planet
That title
and the
just
Tentacle of
sounds
Temptation.
bad already.
She ran a slightly damp tentacle across his cheek as he gazed longingly into her compound eyes.
Oh my word.
If you tried to bite my head off during coitus, I love you, Sheila. Run away to planet Vargon with me.
No, he's
I love
definitely
you too, Brad, but
Huh?
my father.
he's definitely not a.
Talk to him. He'll understand once I show him how much I love you. Now
Jeez.
come here and kiss me.
I don't think that kind of
Oh,
film would
Brad.
go in the mainstream, to be honest.
Affectionately kisses Brad with her forearms.
World.
Brad slowly sticks
Jeez.
his finger into her gooey.
No,
That
that's
will do.
quite far enough.
Bloody space
Jeez.
pervert.
He is. He is. I agree with his mother for once.
For Harold, the
It's
one
Mr. Krabs.
is ever ticking. In a way, time has been his only companion.
I've
And
always
his-
hated Crab Clock.
And his
He's
other
always
stuff.
been there mocking me with his incessant
He
ticking and
hates the
puffing.
clock.
Did you know he's ticked roughly 1,060,680,001, 2, 3 times since my incarceration? I didn't bother counting the tocks.
Why don't you just throw it away? Well, I would assume it would be the same amount or maybe one less.
My time with Harold has come to an end.
Alright.
I'm Nigel. Join us next week as I
Sandwiches again.
decide on PBT.
PBTV, yeah. Okay, so how do we get on that? Hard hitting stuff. Anyone know where I could order a rabbit like that? 10 out of 10. It's got to be that. And that screenplay sounded hot. When's part 2 coming out? 10 out of 10. Filmmaker asked the prisoner about a clock while I'm looking at my watch. 4 out of 10. Okay, so now I've got an idea, a rough idea of what we want in the actual final documentary piece. So let's go forward one more time. Shoot one more film with, what do we want? The paper stack, the guitar, and I think the bunny. And if we shoot this documentary, it should be award-winning. We know all the stories already, mind you.
Tonight's final.
So we can shoot forward a little bit.
Nigel Wimble.
I can't even remember why I...
Wasn't for one thing in particular. Put a lid on his bad behaviour. That's an intro we've seen. Right, here we go.
I spied a screenplay Harold had been
So we can probably just pretty much fast forward through this whole thing. It's the tentacle video. Space pervert, that's right. Guitar. Let's hear his song again. Let's hear him sing. Let's see what he's... We already know the song. Plastic car, here we are. Tower, old hot tower, melted my car. Nope. They're not. And that's his song. And lastly, it's the story about him molesting his rabbit.
Over these stage. Well, Kevin I'm forever so...
We saw this guy too.
So let's see what result we get. Is it mutual? We'll never know. We knew this already.
My time with Harold had to an end.
I hope one day he'll find freedom. Well, maybe when his mother dies, right?
I'm Nigel Wim.
And good night, Nigel.
This week,
Video games. Is it more than just bang bang your mum's a...
is it more than just bang bang your mum's a fag? 9 p.m.
What?
Wednesday night. PPTV.
The hell? Settle down, my friend. Settle down. 1 month later, the following footage was uploaded to us from one of our missing cameras. Alright. What is it? This is new. A new song. He's playing a new song.
This is one I wrote for you, Kevin.
For the rabbit. I'm scared of the content of this song. I'm very scared. Jeez. Why not? Which...
Actually, I think it's too dark. I can't see anything. Can we put some lights on?
Why? He is trapped in his home though, remember?
You're a friend of mine. Through thick and thin, together to the end.
So did he...
Oh, Kevin, you're a friend of mine.
He's singing all about Kevin, his giant rabbit plush. And some people like things that are... I don't even know. I don't know. Want to hear the rest of the song. Kevin's a friend of his though. Till the end of time, he says. Playing his little heart out, isn't he? Let's keep going. He sang all about
Harold,
Kevin.
I'm about to barge in, so make sure you're decent. Come
She's
in,
about to
Mother.
barge in.
Better not be touching Kevin up again.
Yeah,
I'm merely serenading him, Mother.
Hmm.
What are you doing with that camera? Where did you get it?
where did you get the camera?
Found it, Mother. Mr. Wimble must have
Mr.
dropped
Wimble
it.
dropped
I
it.
thought I'd use it to record a song for Kevin. You can play it back if you want to listen. No, I don't want to bloody listen to it. You
He
stole
stole the
that
camera.
You
That's it,
filthy
he's done
little
now.
buzz. What else have you been recording? Mummy's secrets? It will come back here looking for it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It will come
Oh,
back here
no.
looking for it. Mummy's going to get changed.
Oh,
Give me that
God.
camera. I'll make sure Mr. Wimble gets what he's looking for.
Uh-oh.
You stay up here in your bedroom. Okay, Mother. Don't hurt him like the other
Don't
men.
hurt him like the other men. Screenplay sounded hot, 10 out of 10. Poignant moment when he pulled out the guitar, and hard-hitting stuff. I think we did it. By Jove, by goodness, by whatever else that might be used as an exclamation of surprise. Or something else. Anyway, yeah, so that was How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness. And we found a few ways to do it, although I don't think I would recommend any of us do any of them. You know, just because... Bit creepy, bit scary, bit bad in most ways. But, you know. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to hit that like button, maybe add a subscription, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye for now.